New banners have dropped on most stores, so it's time we talk a little bit about what's going on with them and if it's worth pulling for any. Right now we have the new pets, Fenrir, Neodiver, Christina, Kay, and all of their pets. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on with this. As usual, before we start, hello Dainers, welcome back to the Waifus. I'm Sefhi, your favorite gambling addict. I wanted to make this video yesterday, but they were on maintenance, so we couldn't do anything, and I didn't even do dailies yet. So let's do some pulls here that we got from the maintenance, and because it's the monthly reset, oh nice, we got something here. If I get the new pet, it would be nice, honestly, not gonna lie. A 3, I'll take. Anything that's not maxed out, it's a good pull. So can't complain on that. Last multi, because I'm not gonna be doing singles in this video. So two pets, not gonna complain, pretty good. One of them was already maxed out, unlucky. I'll take the soul though, souls are good. We can still use them for the new system. Let's do 3 moves on the, oh, fantastic, honestly. I need to do more pulls while I'm recording videos so I can get lucky. Wait, is that the core 7? Might be. Okay, that's the core 7. That's a really good pull. What the fuck? That's a really good pull, not gonna lie. A Tiamat and a Henry. And the last multi right here. Right, that was a great pull. I don't think I can level. Oh, I can! Fantastic. So we got Henry core 7 now, which means we are getting a new frame and some extra growth potions. Her frame is pretty cute. I like it. And then lastly, we are getting a couple pets in here. A core 3. Max out pet already. Okay, that's it though. Let's talk about the important thing, which is going to be the current banners and if it's worth pulling for them or not. We can start with characters first and then we'll move into the pets because it's 2 completely different topics in my opinion. When it comes to characters, right now, Christina and Kay are characters you can skip. You don't need to be pulling for them unless you're a new player and you don't have, for example, a Galahad, right, to be used as your main tank. Then you could be going for K, but I'm gonna be 100% honest. If you don't care about PvP and you are not min-maxing everything you do, you can skip her. Again, she's a fantastic character, and in my opinion, is probably the second priority on this banner for characters. The lowest priority would be, of course, Christina. Christina is a nice unit, but I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. Like, she's only used for dot teams on bosses like Tiamat, where they can resist crit. And then she's gonna be used on those bosses. Outside of there, she's not really used. So it's not worth pulling for her at all, in my opinion, right now. Again, she's a great character. If you like her, go for it. But if we're talking from going for, you know, whatever new character they are releasing or anything old, the answer will always be save for the next character or pull on the new unit rather than the real run banners, unless it's something like Galahad, something like Lohenry, Tiamat, or in the case of Neodiver, it's actually worth pulling for her. So Neodiver is probably the only character that I will say you guys can actually go and pull for her. It's a fantastic unit. And even going for the +3 makes sense. Now, you could be settling for just getting her and her card and just don't go for dupes to save resources over the next banner. But a +3 on Neodiver will help a lot. We'll talk a little bit about her kit on a second. But when it comes to the other 2 characters, like I was saying, Christina is an easy skip. Her card is something that is not necessary to get either, even though it's a nice card. As you can see, I have it leveled up. Magic attack, attack speed, and it's also giving everyone on the team crit hit chance 5%. So it's a nice card, but it's lower of priority than other support cards, like for example Merlin or even Vivian with the 36% crit damage. So her card is great, but again, lower priority. I would not really go too crazy trying to get the card. And when it comes to K, it's exactly the same thing. It's a nice card, but it's not even mandatory. I never actually leveled up this one. It's giving attack and then the overdrive, which is going to be attack speed on a 10-second duration, 30-second cooldown, which is not that great. So if you pull for K, you can completely skip her card unless you want it for collection. And if you pull for Christina, I will try to get the card, but it's lower priority than other support cards. Again, I wouldn't even pull for both of them. And then when it comes to Neodiver, she's clearly the winner for this banner selection. Neodiver, for those of you who don't know, is one of those characters that is D0 without having to be necessarily a DPS. She is a sub-DPS, right? She is a support/DPS character. She does a lot of things for the team. She is a healer. She's going to be giving you crit chance. She's going to be giving you CC immunity. She's really good Her only downside is that she only heals one character, but this can be fixed for multiple reasons. First of all, since this is life steal, attack and crit work here. It doesn't matter, like this is the only healer where it doesn't matter if you get crit damage. You can build her as a DPS and it will still increase her heals. And then second, if you are using equipment that is giving added targets, she will be healing more people as well. And if you are using a card, for example, like let's say her best card right now is probably as a support, right? Her best card as a support is going to be a Smiley in the Dark, which is also giving you another 3 number of targets increase. So you are healing 4, 5 people, 6, depending on your weapon and the card you are using. So that's why it doesn't even matter. Her only downside, which is healing only one character, it's fixed really fast. For the characters, once again, priority for Neo Vediver, I will say if you can get her on her card, it's fantastic. If you can get her to class 3, it will be ideal, but not necessary. Christina is the lowest priority, I wouldn't even bother, but her card is nice. And then Kai, unless you care about PvP, right now you could completely skip it. Again, you could. If you like her, go for it. She's a great tank. Like both of these characters, Christina and Kai, are good. But if you're a new player and just want to save for whatever next girl they are releasing to go all in and try to get a +5, you could be using Percival at the beginning. She was buffed and is a decent tank right now. So that's for the 3 characters at the moment. Let's talk a little bit about the pets. I'm not going to be talking about the previous banners because they are gone in one day, so it doesn't even matter. So starting with the pets, we have Fenrir. It's a nice pet. I'm going to be adding it to the tier list later. This is a pet that gives a 100% uptime, 20% damage increase against frost enemies. So again, really good for elemental damage. This is a pet that automatically will be going into the bossing tier list, right? Like it's going to be going endgame bossing, just like Summer Merry is the same for a different type of enemy. Summer Merry is for fire, this is for frost. And then when it comes to the Transcend, it's also giving attack, ignore damage reduction, crit and additional damage, so it's a purely offensive pet giving extra damage on her skill. I will say it's worth getting if you have the gems available for it. And again, this type of pets, guys, it's only worth getting if you're going all in. If you're just getting one copy, it's not worth it. You need to go at least +3, +4 for the pets to be worth it. That's why if you already have the Lohengrin, a Tiamat, a Steria, even a Phoenix, which is still one of the best pets in the game, it's not worth going for any of the new pets unless you are willing to go all in. And the same applies to the other 3 pets. The Kai pet is a hybrid defensive or offensive pet. It has ignore damage reduction, which is good, but again, if you're not willing to go to +5, you can completely skip it. When it comes to the Christina pet, it's right here, it's a +2. It's an offensive pet that has decent-ish stats, but it's only 3 stats instead of 4. And then when it comes to her skill, it's doing damage over time. This is only worth using, by the way, on bosses like Tiamat, where you cannot crit, so you have to use characters that do damage over time, or you have to use characters like Lisa with this bow right here, the Fellow, which is going to be giving you 200% crit chance to actually offset Tiamat's crit resistance. So that's like the only situation where I will say is worth pulling for the Christina pet, right? You can completely skip the K pet. And then when it comes to the Neo Vediver pet, I'm gonna be 100% honest, I don't think you need to be going for it because the stats it's giving are not that big. We're talking about the pet that basically is gonna be giving you 5% crit chance, 10% crit damage. It's not that big even at the 100% uptime. Like if you compare this with other characters, right? Like if we're comparing this with Phoenix, for example, it's giving you 10% crit chance, 100% uptime. So it's half, but it's giving you some crit damage in exchange. It's not bad, but her stats are usually worse. If you go to Transcend Finds, it's additional damage, attack 20%, HP 20%, crit resistance. So the stats it's giving you are not that great. It's another pet that, unless you're willing to go all in, and even all in, it's worse stats than a lot of other pets you might be able to get. So for this batch of pets and characters, again, priority for Neo Vediver, you can skip all the pets unless you're willing to go all in. The only one I would recommend is Fenrir. And then the Christina card is nice to get if you can afford it at the lower priority. And Kay, nowadays, unless you care about PvP or for Hell mode pushing on some stages that Galahad will get destroyed, you are good to skip her. Again, great characters, all of them, but you have to prioritize. This is a game that has a lot of really good units and they consistently buff older ones, which is great. But it also means that every new character they release, it's meta. Lohengrin, Neo Vediver, Eva, I mean, when Tiamat was released, when Lisa was released, they haven't released a single bad character since the game launch. That's why I say that it's always better to save for whatever is next or for those reruns on the important characters rather than pulling for something like Christina or Kay, which have way less usage. That said, enough japping, enough ranting. That is gonna be it for this video, beautiful people. Do let me know if you would change anything on the priority for these banners. And now I am gone. I need to do my dailies because I haven't done them yet. This maintenance yesterday was too big, so I haven't finished anything. That said, enough japping. Live every single day. Link in the description down below. Good luck with your pool dinner dates. I'll see you on the next one.